Hey guys, it's coreross and welcome to 6 News. Today we're going to look at the profile pictures from in-game of Rainbow Six Siege Operation Chimera. These were posted by Crafter of Swords on Reddit, and I'm not sure where he actually sourced them from, because as far as I know, there is no other source, and these are from the in-game files, so I'm not sure how he got a hold of them, but they are very interesting to look at. And we can take away a lot of information from these. So first up we have Lion. And as far as I can tell, it looks like he's pulling out a gas mask filter from his bag. However, I think that is actually the optics of his drone. Let me know what you think in the comments though. I'm very interested if you guys agree with me that it's his drone, or do you think it's a gas mask filter? It would make more sense that this is his drone because obviously this is the in-game profile picture for him, so it would make much more sense if it was actually his gadget. And there's a lot of very interesting things to take away from this. So we've actually seen him before in a leak, but if we actually compare them side by side, we can see that he used to have a GIGN logo on his arm in an earlier internal build only of the game. And we can see now he has the French flag instead. Now, in the lore, he is part of GIGN. However, in the game, he's going to be part of his own CTU with Finka. So what I think we're looking at here is they probably cleaned it up to make it a little bit less confusing for new players who might think, oh, he's a GIGN operator, when he isn't really, but he is too. So maybe this is to just reduce confusion. We can see the leak was correct with the actual name of the drone and what it does. So the leak ended up being completely confirmed. And then the other leak that showed off his new weapon that everyone thought was photoshopped ends up being the real thing as well. It ends up being basically a assault rifle vector. And going back to just his full profile picture, I do like him. I kind of would love to have seen more of his face, to be honest, to get a bit more emotion out of him. But I do think he looks really cool, and I do think that is his drone. That's my opinion anyway. Now, let's move on to Finka, because Finka has another bunch of interesting things we can talk about as well. So Finka kind of has this look that she's protecting like a doorway or something, like maybe protecting quarantine perhaps, and she's basically saying stay back. And we can see that big gash on her face that we found out was actually from Capcan. You can watch my video on the backstory of her there. And to be honest, her armor is actually very, very simple, I thought. But we can take a bunch of stuff away from this photo. First of all, she has a holographic on her gun. This is interesting because when we seen the leaks for her, her weapon actually showed a Russian optic. And it kind of makes sense that she would have Russian optics. So can she get both? That would be really cool if she can actually put both versions on. That would be unusual. Like, we have all the Russian characters and they have their own set of optics. They don't have any of the American ones. So could we be looking at an operator that could use both optic types? That would be really cool. We also know that she has some of the base Russian guns from the Spetsnaz. So can they be set up with those as well, or are they going to just be Russian optics? Is it just her assault rifle that can take the kind of American style? It'd be very interesting to find out how and what kind of optics she can put on this weapon, because if they are, because the Russian ones are kind of considered to be not as good in game, but I do love the holographic one that the Russians have. That's one of my favorite sights. And I actually prefer that over the other holo, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. And her gun, again, people thought this was photoshopped, that people had like merged together like Ash's gun with other guns to make this gun, and no, ended up being exactly the right gun. We'll have to see the profile picture actually matches up with the sights that she can use. There is sometimes problems with profile pictures not being exactly to what they are like in game. And another thing we got was the leak of her face. And we can see it was definitely exactly the same. So again, the leak was bang on. A lot of people thought it might be a fake. And again, as usual, it ended up being legitimate. But there we go. That is the profile pictures from in-game of these brand new operators. And I think they both look damn cool. And I can't wait to see them get revealed. Of course, I'll be covering the live streams on the coreross channel. So if you want to tune in, make sure you have set up notifications for me going live. And if you want, you can watch my video on both of these operators, which is less than 5 minutes long and gives you all the information you need on exactly what these operators can do and what their loadouts are and everything. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
Ricin, anthrax, sarin gas, Ebola. VX gas. Chimera viruses. Some enemies are invisible. But the CBRN threat unit is Rainbow's shield against those enemies that can kill you with a single drop of blood.
Nanobots online.
Big Brother are coming in for Overwatch.
Or one wrong breath.